multiple broken friendships, and weak relationships with family. Firstly, this means that they aren't oriented towards finding and sustaining relationships. And secondly, it puts a ton of pressure on the relationship if they expect you to be their parent, best friend, therapist, etc. They blame other people for failed relationships. Patterns of external attribution. They play the victim. Somehow, they're always the ones who are wronged, or who were wronged, which justifies their hurtful actions. A general inability to take responsibility. Double standards. They always have justifications for their actions, but shame you if you do the same. Patterns of dishonesty. They lie, steal, cheat, have a criminal record, lie to others, etc. They are envious and judgmental of others. This speaks to insecurity, and people often wrongly assume that they will not be subjected to this same treatment. Inconsistent words and actions. They say they love you, but fail to show it. They say they're interested, but don't listen. They make promises, and then don't follow through. They cope poorly in stressful situations. Relationships are challenging, and if someone handles conflict poorly, this can be draining in relationships. Substance abuse. This is associated with several personality disorders, but it can also cause problems of its own. While it is not an excuse, frequent substance use does lead to impaired judgment. They lack empathy. This can surface early on in comments about them failing to understand why someone is upset, or what they're bothered by. A general indifference and inability to understand the emotions of others is a major red flag. They tell you about their great qualities, but don't show it. The more someone boasts about a quality, the less true it is. Someone who is a loyal partner does not go around saying, "I'm the most loyal man in the world." They just show it, and others read that from their actions. They are inconsistent with their preferences and feelings. Sometimes they're very loving, and other times they ignore you. They'll be very enthusiastic about a pursuit, then abandon it the next week. Impulsivity, and a failure to evaluate implications. They feel the urge to get a hamster, so they do. They feel like taking a trip, so they book the next flight. A high need for novelty and stimulation is one of the strongest correlates with infidelity. If you're monogamous, an adventurous, or spontaneous person might not be your best choice. They are manipulative. They do not ask for what they want directly. They are vague about the people in their life. Say your boyfriend has girls who he is often texting. You ask who they are and he can't explain them or why he's talking to them. If he is vague, dismissive, or shames your inquiry, this tends to show disloyalty. Emotional invalidation. They don't take your feelings or concerns seriously, and shame you for feeling the way you do. Aggression, intimidation, history or anger issues, abusive, violence, etc. This needs to be a deal breaker, otherwise you will be putting yourself in harm's way.